Hello, hello. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I know that I certainly am, and I hope that this is going to add to your day. My name's Jeffrey, and it sure seems like maybe I'm going to be blowing the on-passive horn here, but did you know that we are starting much stronger than the other companies like Google, etc.? Our staff has come from companies like JP Morgan, Apple, Wells Fargo, companies like that. Like Google at its beginning, OnPassive is a movement, and we too will become a global leader. In this way, we will be way above the crowd. Now, our CEO said that almost a year ago. And today, I would like to go back through some of those milestones and explain my view on why, perhaps if you are listening to this and you haven't joined, why that is. Now, this isn't done in a judgmental way. I'm just doing it because I think that some folks are stuck, and I want to try to get you unstuck and get you moving in the right direction so that you can take part in a future that's not only going to be prosperous, but it's going to be enjoyable, and it's going to have at its base everything that you want for your family in your future. You see, Google and Facebook and similar companies like that, they're very successful, there's no doubt. All right, they're giants in the industry, but they weren't designed to be that way. Obviously, they wanted to be successful, but it wasn't by design. They got that way on the backs of those working a 40-hour work week that's trying to manage your life, right? Well, OnPassive has been built under a bit of a different paradigm. In the words of Mr. Mufara, it's the ultimate fulfillment of success, okay, the business model of OnPassive, and has been created by design. It's got an intelligent design. It's something that has taken a lot of months of hard work, a good work, to accomplish. And I suppose while intuition and intention and things like that were primary catalysts for its inception and obviously for momentum going forward, our experience, which is, the reality of where and what we really are, is the result of that hard work, and it's the consequence of a shared vision that has been brought about by the original vision that Mr. Mufara had. Now, that shared vision, that dream, as it were, belongs to every one of us, everybody here, everybody in OnPassive, and those that will join OnPassive. No matter what goal we have as individuals, corporately, we hold the intention and the energy of that larger vision, of our larger vision. It's for everybody, for everyone, and it's shared collectively. So broadly speaking, we don't know, with an eye on the horizon, so to speak, we know where we are and we know exactly where we're going. So we were created by the best, with the best. It's led by insight, intention, heart, okay? OnPassive is creating the seen from the unseen. It's a quantum company. It's the most beautiful thing, and I'll tell you, we really couldn't be in a much better place, okay? So I'll tell you this much, all right? It's a business that's based on the unseen qualities of the heart, of beauty, love, kindness, connectedness. It's everything that you'd feel good about being a part of. As a matter of fact, and I've said this several times in the past, probably starting back with the ebook about a year and a half ago, Philippians 4:8 tells us that whatever things are true, honest, just, pure, lovely, of good report, if there's any virtue in them, if there's anything worthy of praise, that's what we're to be thinking on. We need to think on these things, okay? And these things are what flow from the heart of our OnPassive CEO, Mr. Mufara. These are the concepts that birthed and filled the vision, okay? The ones heard in his words that became the core of this business and now inhabit the hearts and minds of its employees and founders as we all seek to lift humanity with the same intention and power that's found in that verse. And let me tell you, man, we are all fired up because we see that it's really finally happening. We're seeing that a business designed to bring success to the 97% is about to rise up. This company wants you to succeed. We're all working for your success. This is happening for all of us that joined already, not just a few. Some of us are doing a lot, some less. But we're all doing different, and we're all doing something. And you can be a part of this too. Don't settle for the 3% failure rate, all right? Don't settle into that. Rise up with us. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember the story of the biblical David, a shepherd boy that was the least in his family? Well, as the story goes, he was headed down to a battlefield on an errand when he started hearing all sorts of stories about Goliath, the giant, the blowhard out in the battlefield there. David ended up going before King Saul after volunteering to take the giant on. While with the king, he recounted past victories as proof of his abilities. David said that he was a keeper of his father's sheep, and he went on to report when a lion came out and he carried off the sheep, from the flock, he went after it, struck it. He rescued the sheep from its mouth, no less. He said that when the animal turned on him, he seized it by the hair, struck it, and killed it. David went on to say that he had done that with a lion and a bear, and he'd do it to that giant as well. Well, King Saul gave David armor and weapons, which was typical of the day, to use against Goliath. Of course, it was all way too heavy, too big, didn't fit, he couldn't move, So David didn't use any of that. But using what he did have and what he did know, he went out onto that battlefield and he slayed that giant. So, why did I just recount that story? Because very much like David, Onpassive has found itself in a position to do something great that people didn't believe we could because they thought it had to be done the same way that it's always been done. And just like David, we've been telling people about the huge challenges that we've already overcome. For months, we've basically been saying, hey, this is what we're going to do, and to prove it, this is what we've already done. Now, everybody living under a rock knows who we are. But in case you missed our story, I remember being on a webinar that aired from the first office in Orlando. Now, that was a couple of years ago, pretty much. As I recall, it had one desk and one chair, and I think it had a landline. But we all start from somewhere, right? So don't despise small beginnings. But since then, we've gotten other offices in the U.S. We got a new IT hub opened up in Bangalore, India, and the most recent one opened up in Hyderabad, otherwise known as High Tech City. Incidentally, for those that don't know, High Tech City is more than just a cool name. Hyderabad Information Technology and Engineering Consultancy City. It's an Indian information technology, engineering, health informatics, and bioinformatics financial business district located in Hyderabad, Telangana, India. It's spread across about 200 acres of land under the suburbs of Madhopur, Gachibowli, Kandapur, Manikonda, and Nanakramguda, and they are all the combined technology townships. So if you think we aren't real and aren't very serious, you need to think again. We've also told everybody about when we started with an original target market of about 200 to 300 million online marketers, and how that went to the world market of about 4.5 billion internet users as we shifted from online marketing to all things internet. Included in that was info about the membership and the growth, starting when we had a number probably less than about 3,000, and we were located in the U.S., right, through our current member base of more than 210,000, located in more than 210 countries now. We also let you know about the development of our first few products and continued to inform you as our sophistication and product count grew in stages, from products to a product suite, to a smart business solution, to a total internet solution. Now, several months ago, we talked about the changes that we had to make as a result of the momentum gains and the budgetary increases as our vision went from the equivalent of a local cinema to that of a 3D IMAX with surround. So you see, throughout the recent months, we've been growing at a phenomenal rate and celebrating victories all along the way. We told you these things were going to happen. We told you about them in real time. Months ago, we said that we had hit the 1,000 founder a day rate. Well, let me tell you, we blew past that milestone several weeks ago. We also said that we're going to hit the 1 founder per minute rate. And we recently reached that, and we're even doubling it. This growth has been expected. We told you it would happen months in advance. Go back, check the videos. It's all there. So, like David, We are recounting our accomplishments to give the sense of just how capable we are. We're not afraid of the online paradigm giant. But as sure as David laid his giant low, Onpassive's going to lay low the current online model. But David was also a forward thinker, all right? It's said that on his way to battle, he chose not only the stone that was going to slay that giant, but he grabbed two other ones as well, and he put them into his pouch because Goliath was rumored to have had two brothers. So rest assured, Onpassive has got several stones in its pouch as well. Now pay attention to what I'm going to say. Think about it, because it's going to probably seem rather haughty to you. But I'm telling you, in the not too distant future, Onpassive will experience customers joining at the rate of 1 per second, all right? That's a rate of 86,400 per day. Now, I have no idea if it's going to be for one day or several or whatever, but I am saying it will happen for at least one full day. So there it is, and I'm not about to take it back. Now, the global community is rising up to fuel this massive movement because everybody that gets involved feels it. They're not just joining because their brain says it all makes sense. They're joining because their heart says it's the right thing to do. They're following their intuition. And I'm also telling you now that Onpassive is about to start the soft launch any day. As a matter of fact, it may be in hours. So please, get on board. Get into the groove and hunker down with an expectation of success that follows the positive intentions, actions, and mindsets of real winners. You can be sure this is real, that it's serious. It's operated by real people, winners in every sense of the word. We now have hundreds of employees in Hyderabad, and I'm not talking about wimp employees either. I'm talking about seasoned IT professionals. We'll be the best IT AI company on the planet, so we have to have the best of the best to provide the best products and the best online digital experience, bar none. And the current founder base is populated with real people too. Every one of us are winners as well, simply because of the vision, the faith, and the effort that we've demonstrated in getting here. And you can bet your bottom dollar that the system we're backing, the Onpassive platform that's a total internet solution, is going to be used by the majority of the internet population on the world, and everybody that uses the internet is going to have a reason to join with us. But if you're still sitting on the sidelines waiting for something else, you're missing it all. Heck, you've already missed the experience of the journey of our recent past. Don't miss anything else. The future, our future, your future, is unfolding right in front of you, and you're letting it pass you right on by. Stop and think about this. Let it sink in. Think it over. You've been wanting something like this for maybe months or years. You've hurled your intention, jam-packed with emotion, the energy of desire, and fulfillment for that desire, right ahead of you, and you have attracted us to you. Onpassive is not coming at you. Onpassive has come to you. You're just not recognizing it because you're letting your subconscious flood you with reasons that bubble up into your analytical brain about why this can't be true. Stop. Think it through. Stop making what you don't want your dominant thought. Start focusing on what you do want. Couple that with excitement and energy of seeing it happen, and then guess what? You're going to fly on through to success that's blown right into your future with almost a gale force. Please listen for a second. The other day, Mr. Kumar said, when you invest in people, it comes back to you. There's real-world wisdom in a statement like that. Begin to live that by investing in yourself and in your future. You don't really believe that $97 is worth more to you now than many thousands will be in a year, do you? Get back with whoever invited you and join that team. If you have no invitation, but you feel like you'd be a good fit working with a company that's working for your future and has a heart for things that are excellent, fair, and just, then click the link in the description box below, because I would love to count you as a member of my team, of our team. I look forward to meeting you at our first gala. But until then, I wish only blessings and blessings upon you and upon your family.